There's 40 shillings on the drum for those who...
Hi, this is Ridge Runner with another quick tabletop review. After I made the low-budget sheath knives number 2 video, I posted it on Facebook, and a gentleman on Facebook suggested that I take a look at the Blackjack Grunt, and it sold for less than 30 bucks. And I'll be honest with you, when I first saw that, I liked what it looked like on the site, but I fully expected to see another thin-bladed, lightweight knife. And I just got this in the mail, and I thought I'd impart to you my first impressions. This will be taken out for quite a lot of abuse, and I might get a couple more of them. The knife comes with a, I'll start out with the sheath, comes with a nylon sheath very similar to the one that the Cold Steel makes. It's a pouch sheath, and encases the knife quite well. However, like the Cold Steel ones, I'm not impressed with the little stitched-on afterthought belt pouch. However, if one were to tuck it through the underneath the belt and use that merely as a stop to keep it from sliding out from underneath, the knife would probably perform quite nice in that function, in that way. It's a nylon sheath, and it's got a welt to it if you look, so it'll stop, the edge is not likely to punch through or cut through, and I think that welt is leather, so it's not going anywhere. So at least they did that right. But there are no, unlike the Cold Steel sheaths, there are no rivets here and here. Again, something that with a couple of other rivets and a punch could be remedied. Let's go on to the knife. This is not a thin-bladed toy. This is very impressive to me. It's China-made. I'm not happy about that, but most things are nowadays. But that's where you usually think of China-made being kind of flimsy. This is not. This is a good thick back blade. I would, in first impression, would not feel uncomfortable using it in the function of batoning. It's got a false edge, which isn't sharp, but could be made so if one were to use it in combat. And the real thing I'd like to tell you about is this edge. This is a semi-convex grind. You don't see that in mass production knives very often. It's a hard grind to make, from what I've been told, and but it holds a beautiful edge, and it splits like a booger. The grind does. I have no idea how well it'll hold an edge, but it comes shaving sharp. And if it can get shaving sharp once, it tells me that it can get that way again. The handle is a good hard rubber, and this knife has some beef to it. There's no other question about it. I mean, this is not, it's not a lightweight blade. But for under $30, it's definitely in the low-budget category. So if you want a serious piece of steel, and you don't want to spend the money, this is an option right here. I'm going to be doing a review on the Cold Steel Bushman knife, which everyone's seen before, but I feel like I should do at least a little service to it. But this one here, I'd say, is right up there with it, and I'm guaranteeing you the handle is a lot more comfortable with this than it would be on the Bushman. And you can see, this is the size of my hand. You can see how big this blade is compared to me. This is not a small blade. I don't have a measurement on it, I'll be honest with you, but I'm very impressed with this little knife, and I'm going to take this thing out and I'm going to beat on it. I'm going to chop wood. I'm going to chop with it. I'm going to carve some stuff with it, and I'm going to split some things with it, and I'm going to do the things that I do with most of my knives. When I say that I'll do the same things I do with my SRK or my Tops Anaconda, and we'll see how it stacks up. The sheath, well, I might have that replaced, but for that price, you know, the Blackjack knives Grunt, which is what this is pretty darn good piece of steel. And at the outset here, I would definitely say this is a good bushcrafting knife. But we shall see. that concludes this short little tabletop review of the knife. This is just as I got it out of the box. So we shall see how it stacks up in the field. This is Ridge Runner signing off.